Well, hey there, CFCAO. So excited to be back again, this time to welcome a brand new honorary member, Rachel Mielke. You are our latest honorary member. Welcome and congratulations.
Thanks, Sharon. It's exciting.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you. You are the CEO and founder of Hillberg and Berk, which for many of our members, you may recognize that name, that brand now, especially since it's been on our Facebook page so much. You've got the exclusive necklace pendant for the CFCAO, and I know mine's ordered. We're very excited to have that as part of our fundraising. So thank you for doing that for us, by the way.
Yeah, my pleasure. We're really excited about it too.
Yeah, it's a great partnership. So what's great, I mean, I interview all of our honorary members, and these are all CFL cheer alumni who've distinguished themselves through their lives post cheerleading, done all sorts of things. I get to talk to really interesting people, and I find your story just amazing. Like you've created something really special. So Hillberg and Berk, other than the necklaces that all our members have seen on Facebook, tell us a little bit about how you came to found this company and what you've built.
Yeah, I mean, to boil it down simply, the company was founded out of a passion that I have for design and creativity and bringing that to life. And it was something that I discovered early on, and it was a passion that occupied a lot of my time as I was growing up. And then over time, that passion turned into like an actual business, sort of organically, where people just started inviting me to make things, jewelry for their wedding, jewelry for their bridesmaids, for gifts. And I built off that momentum and launched my first business in 2004. And eventually that became Hillberg and Berk when I founded that in 2007. And from there, we really just continued to grow our brand through wholesale partnerships, creating new collections and partnerships. And then eventually we opened our first store in 2011 in Regina. And that was when we really I think found the spark of the connection between our customers and our brand and product, and really discovered, I think, what was the kind of the core of the brilliance of our brand was really creating these incredible relationships with our customers and being able to connect directly with them. So at the time back then, that was unusual for a brand to do, and we really leaned into it and continued on that journey. And now we have 15 stores across Canada and more on the way.
That's amazing. And I was going to mention that while you started off pretty much an Alberta, Saskatchewan brand, I mean, even those of us like I'm in Ontario and I've looked and I know where I can go, which is actually really nice. You've really grown something from humble beginnings into something quite big and quite exciting. It was kind of neat to read that your jewelry has also kind of had some celebrity shoulder rubbing.
Yeah, over the course of the last 20 years, we've had the incredible opportunity to have special commissions to make things, everything from creating two pieces of jewelry for the late Queen Elizabeth
Mhm.
to partnerships with Olympic figure skater Tessa Virtue to, in the last year, we've just announced partnerships with PWHL, which we're so excited to be a partner with and support. And today, we actually just announced that for the next 4 years, we are a partner with the Canadian Olympic Committee and are doing a collection that
Oh.
is going to be released later this year, although we did release one product today. So it's been an incredible journey of working with some pretty cool people and getting our product on a variety of incredible women around the globe, and working with some pretty fantastic partnerships.
And the product is quite lovely and it's a quality brand. Tell us a little bit about the quality of your product.
Yeah, so I think it really started from growing up in Saskatchewan and growing up from a humble beginning and really wanting to ensure that the product that we put out not only makes you feel special and beautiful and really like your most authentic self, but also we're creating product that really will last and be high quality. So we start with high quality inputs like sterling silver or semi-precious gemstones or Austrian crystal, and we try and make product that really stands out and helps you shine in your own unique way. But with every product we create, we're always thinking about who will actually be wearing it and how they'll be wearing it, and making sure we're designing product that fits into your day-to-day real life. So we know that a lot of women wear a product when they're doing sport or,
Mhm.
like transitioning through different activities they have in their days or in their weeks. And so the product has to just fit in there and be comfortable and be high quality. And so that is the ethos that we're always coming back to as we design every piece at Hillberg and Berk.
And that's important. I mean, for those of us who've ever bought stuff that you bought something because it was pretty, but it didn't have that lasting quality to it, and suddenly you can't wear it anymore because it didn't look so good. I mean, buying quality is just so important, especially when you're finding some truly beautiful and unique pieces. And I invite all of our members and others to check out the website or visit a store. I found them near me, but to check it out because you really have some gorgeous, gorgeous pieces.
You can't quite appreciate them, how beautiful they are online. We do hear over and over again that when someone's buying something for the first time and they see it maybe just online or through a partnership, but digitally, and then they get it in real life, they're always surprised at how much more sparkly and radiant and beautiful it is when you look at it in real life.
I can't wait to get mine. And the other thing I wanted to ask, with regard to your position at the company and everything, you started off, I guess, creating, but how many hats do you wear? Are you still creating, or have you got a staff that creates for you? Like, what do you do now? Because that's a lot of work.
It's been an interesting journey. So I definitely started out when I was just getting started wearing every single hat. But really quickly, I realized that if you want to scale, you have to very quickly stop doing everything.
Mhm.
And you have to really discover what you're great at, and more importantly, what you're not great at, and begin to hire and surround yourself with people who are better at everything than you are. So I'm still involved creatively. It's the part of the business that I'm most passionate about, but I have a tremendously capable team who run the product and design department at Hillberg and Berk.
No.
So my day to day and my week to week would look like, really I'm responsible for the vision of the company and looking 10, 20 years down the road, and bringing what's coming down the road and in the future, and matching that with what do we need to be doing today, to get to where we're going. And continuing to set that inspiring vision for the future of Hillberg and Berk, working really closely with the design team. And as we roll out and open new stores, which we're really excited to continue to do across the country, working closely with our team who manages all of that to help find the locations and ensure that we are, bringing those to life and opening them in an exciting way for the company.
And it's such an important thing, building that trustworthy team, that team you can count on, because I mean, you have to create some work-life balance for yourself, right?
It's foundational.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a non-negotiable. Um, I've gone through burnout and working too hard, and I've gone through cancer
Mhm.
and realized that, when you're running a business, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And you've got to find a way to enjoy your life and be present with your family, and to not look back and have deep regrets that you
Mhm.
kind of gave away certain parts of your life in pursuit of wanting to grow a business. So it's not perfect, and it's not day to day or week to week or sometimes even month to month,
Mhm.
but you have to find periods of time where you can
Yeah.
pull back and find the balance. And balance is kind of a funny word. It's not
Yeah.
really the right word, but to pull back and make sure that you're adding to the other buckets in your life, which are also extremely important.
Very true. So do you still follow the CFL?
It's changed since moving out of Saskatchewan. So I founded the business in Regina. And so if you grow up in Saskatchewan, you're just born into being a CFL fan and a Rough Rider fan. And I still try and follow the league, but now I live in Victoria. And given that we don't have a team here, I don't get to games as often as I would like to.
Oh, well, but you're still a fan. So let's talk a little
Yeah.
bit about, though, your history in cheer, because that's part of why we're here. When did you cheer?
So my cheerleading journey started in high school, and the high school that I went to in Regina had an extremely competitive cheer team, and they had had that for, I think, more than a decade before I even started high school, which, I think that they were one of the early high schools to have a really serious competitive cheerleading program in the province, at least. And so when I came into Luther, the high school, I was pretty blown away by what cheerleading actually was, and was really excited to join that program. And it became an incredibly important and huge part of my high school experience, and developing many skills that have gone on to be a part of who I am today, the leader I am today, and even the women who were involved in coaching became huge mentors for me through my high school journey. So that was sort of the foundational element. And then after I was finished, it was such a big part of my life that I definitely felt a loss over graduating and being done that. So I decided to go back and coach my high school team, which I did for a couple of years. And I missed the other part of actually performing.
Yeah.
So a few of my girlfriends and I decided to audition for the CFL team in Saskatchewan. And it was a different experience than high school. But like the memories, the friendships, the excitement, the travel that came around, all of the things that we got to experience being a CFL cheerleader, it was so much fun
How
and
many
really
years were you
enjoyed
a
that.
CFL cheerleader?
2 years.
2 years. Awesome. That's great. Do you remember, like, I know I had cheerleading in high school and everything else, but when I remember stepping on that CFL, the first game, not just the practices, but the actual first game, and it was a little overwhelming. And I mean, in Saskatchewan, your fans are like next level. What was that like?
So again, back in high school, we had, cheerleading and traveling to large cheer competitions. I think I had experienced some of that being in front of a large crowd and performing, whether it was through cheerleading or choir or the musical.
Mhm.
And I knew that I loved doing that. So for me, stepping onto the field in Saskatchewan, I do think we have the best fans in
You have
Saskatchewan.
great fans.
But it was a new level of intensity, but I have to say that I loved it. I really loved that experience
Mhm.
and the camaraderie that came with that team and everything that we experienced together. Yeah, it really was something that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. So, all of your time as a cheerleader, high school, CFL, do you feel that the qualities you built in yourself, in your character, in your work ethic contributed to the success you are today?
I definitely think that it did because, I started in cheer from never having a background in dance or stunting or tumbling at all. And from kind of like where I started in grade 9 to where I finished and where our team came, and
Mhm.
then the team that we had in grade 11 and 12, and then after I coached kind of for the next couple of years, just watching that team's development and how hard that team had to work, but also come together and work so well as a team to be able to win competitions in Western Canada. Those like elements of leadership and teamwork absolutely were like imprinted on me and have stayed true. There's been many parts of high school cheer and other things that I was a part of that I think gave me tremendous foundational skills that set me up for a lot of success throughout the future.
That's wonderful. Have you kept many friendships from your time on the field?
Definitely, my best friend in the world was someone I met through cheer in the CFL.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, if you met a young person somewhere and they were talking about possibly thinking about, but they're a little intimidated, what would you tell that person about trying out for a spot on the team?
I guess what I realized is that it was so much more than just performance and dance. That was an important element of cheerleading, but there was so many more experiences that you got to have as a CFL cheerleader from, community engagement and getting to really broaden your network significantly through the things that you got to experience to travel and being a part of Grey Cup and a lot of things that you may not otherwise get access to. It's hugely beneficial, not only for confidence building, for building friends for life, but also for building a professional network. I'm sure a lot of opportunities came out of the CFL, even just our team, and finding, relationships both professionally and otherwise those kind of stick with you for the rest of your career.
They certainly do. So, being named our CFCAO honorary member, what does that mean to you?
I mean, really cool to go back and kind of like just even think about that time in my life, which it's been a while now, and it's been a while since I even kind of thought back to the memories. So it was such a fun time in my life. And it's been, it's a huge honor. And it's also exciting to just kind of think back to all of the things that I got to experience at a time in my life where those were that the CFL kind of experience really opened doors to me that I didn't kind of have access to those types of things anywhere else in my life. So it
Mhm.
was pretty instrumental. So yeah, fun to think back to that and a huge honor.
Really. And just thinking now about you mentioning that the qualities you garnered through your cheerleading experience. I also noticed you do some public speaking and some basically motivational speaking. I guess that might have played into from your cheerleading years, some of the confidence you got to do that.
I think it gave me a little bit of an insight into the fact that I would enjoy doing that.
Hmm.
So I mean, all of these life experiences all continue to build off one another. So I think it was definitely no accident that I got involved in these different things, which then were foundational elements for, what my life's work ultimately became.
Yeah, really. So before I end this interview, I want to once again remind our membership, number one, that I believe we still might be able to order some of those CFCAO pendants. But tell us about how our members and their friends and family can find Hillberg and Berk products.
Yeah, well, we have a great experience online, hillbergandberg.com, where we service customers all over the world. But we also have 15 stores from coast to coast, everywhere from Kelowna out to Newmarket. We're opening our 16th location in Hamilton this November, and
Yay!
many more coming to Ontario next year as well. So you can go online and just have a look at where all our stores are located. And if there isn't one by you, then we also have some wholesale partnerships across the country, or visit us online.
Fantastic. Well, once again, congratulations. We are honored to have you as our latest honorary member. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sharon.